This is working. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm trying something new with you this morning. I Alex and I have been working really hard to try to have this multiple screens working, and I'm not sure if we've done it correctly. So the first few minutes, I'm just going to get you to try to help me and let me know whether or not it's working because I'm really, really unsure. So bear with me for a few minutes. We are going to get scrapbooking, but I do want to see whether or not this works. So you're going to have to help me out, okay? So you're seeing me now. Hi, good morning. And I'm going to try giving you the different screen, and you're going to have to let me know whether or not this is working, okay? So tell me if you now see the overhead view. I don't think you do. But let's just, if I go away for 2 seconds, don't leave because I will be back. Good morning. Hey, Andy. Yeah, I'm trying really hard to get this multiple screen working, and the only way I can do it is to try to work on it with you guys. So you need to let me know if you see the overhead screen now. Do you see the overhead screen, or do you still just see me? Somebody tell me, because I feel like we're doing it wrong. We're not. I don't think we're totally connected. But I don't really know what else to do other than ask you guys to help me. So you let me know, and then we will get started. I feel like this is wrong, Alex. No overhead yet. Okay. All right. Well, we're trying really hard. Good morning, just me. Okay, well, it's nice to see you. But we worked so hard for hours trying to figure this out, and I'm looking down because I have my iPad here that is supposed to be switching the views for me, and it doesn't seem to be totally working. So I guess we're maybe a little bit back to the drawing board. I was so excited, you guys. I don't know what that did.
Turn up the thing.
Okay.
Maybe try leaving that one.
I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I've got so many devices sitting here. Can you still see me or no? Yeah, you can still just see me. You still just see me. Oh, you guys, I think it's back to the drawing board. I wish I could show you my setup because I have my overhead camera here with my phone and it's all set up, like my layout's under here and I've got everything ready. Good morning. Hi, everyone. And then I have my iPad here and I've got my this app that I've been working on, and I thought we had it and it doesn't look like we have. So I don't know what else to do, you guys. I'm going to have to kind of go back to the drawing board, I guess. Alex has been here helping me. Let me say hello to everybody.
Hi.
But I don't know what we're doing wrong here, sweetheart.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know, you guys. I'm trying so hard. But you just see my smiling face. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, look, because here's the layout, my fun fall patchwork layout. And I had it right here with my overhead camera all ready to show you. And it's like perfectly set up. And I don't know why I can't figure this out. I'm telling you, I feel so silly sometimes. Like technology, I feel like shouldn't be this hard. And I know that lots of women do it, so I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong. I updated the crap out of everything. Everything is updated. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. We updated it all. Maybe I just need my husband to come home because he seems to be able to sit and figure all this stuff out. I've spent more hours than I think I want to on this. To be honest with you, I really want to figure this out, but holy smokes.
Maybe this fun.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you want to try clicking that one?
I don't know. Alex is asking me if I want to try clicking buttons. Who wants to just get scrapbooking and I'll show you what I'm doing as best I can from here? Anybody? Anybody? Maybe I'll do a practice this week and you guys can decide whether or not you want to log on and help me figure this out. I have watched so many YouTube videos It's crazy. I've watched so many videos trying to figure this out. And I do feel like it shouldn't be so hard. So if anyone out there knows anyone that has any idea as to why I cannot get the 2 screens going, please send them my way. And if it's a scrapbooker, I'll even pay her in product. I just need somebody to help me figure this out because, yeah, it's not working. It's not working. It's okay, sweetheart. You can go on with your day.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Right.
Okay. I love you too. Okay. See you later. Have fun with Papa.
I will.
Okay. Bye, honey. Okay, girls. Well, I'm just going to turn this off and we're just going to get scrapbooking. How about that? Let's just do that. At least you can see me and I can show you everything. I'm just going to close that, get that out of my way. And I will just pull this one up, and I'm just going to hold this here because my setup was not the way that I had it before. I had it all ready for you overhead. So this is the layout that we're going to do today. Lots of cutting. I hope you have all of your scrapbook bits. Good morning. Hi, Adele. So we're going to do this really fun patchwork piece here. Maybe we're going to have to do testing lives, no projects. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to have to do that, Lindsay, because honestly, like it's funny because I feel like, I mean, I am super intelligent. Like there's so much that I can do no problem and it makes sense in my brain. But the whole connection between cameras, because I am not a computer savvy girl, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And it's probably something super simple. I'm probably literally missing like one thing. What was working? You guys, what was working? You're telling me it was working, Allison and Carolyn? What was working? You were seeing when I was switching to the overhead view, you were seeing that? What? But tell me again. Okay, you're telling me that we had it working. Huh? Is that what you're saying? When I switched and hit the overhead view, you were seeing the overhead view. Is that what you're saying? Well, I don't know, you guys. Is that what you're saying? Yes, you were. Oh, the overhead, really? Okay. Well, okay, who wants to hang tough for like literally 2 seconds? Well, okay, 5 minutes. You saw the overhead. Oh my God. Okay, so we were figuring it out. We were getting it. Okay, well, girls, just hang tough. Like, let me see if I can get this going. I'm going to stand up for 2 seconds. I'm going to try this again. Done. I'm going to... Okay, tell me if you see that. Do you see that overhead view, girls? You saw the overhead. No, I did not see your comments, Carolyn. Yeah, let's try. It was switching. Okay, so are you looking at the overhead view right now? Are you looking at the overhead view? I'm going to wait because maybe the comments are delayed. iPads were... Okay, so now you can't see the overhead. Is that what you're saying? Maybe because you're watching it not now. Okay. Okay, well, okay, hang on 1 sec. Hang on. I think we might have this. Let's see. It's just connecting. Tell me if you see the overhead now. 25 in the room and not seeing overhead. Let's see. Okay, so you're saying no, you don't see the overhead now. Maybe it's because I stopped it. Okay, so you're seeing me now? Just me. Okay, I've just switched it to overhead. Can you see the overhead now? I can't believe the comments were delayed and I turned it off. Oh my goodness, you guys. When I decided to stop trying, it was booted off and it had to rejoin, and that's when the switching stopped. Okay. Oh, I wish. Okay, so we know that the comments are delayed with this. That's interesting. I don't. Just me. Okay. So we had it. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe it. Okay. Well, I don't know what, I don't know what. Call Alex, he just left. He just left. And my phone is the, your iPad and your phone were showing different views. That's crazy. You guys are so sweet to be helping with this. I'm so sorry. Like, oh my gosh, this should not be this hard. I'm really sorry. I do feel like as I was flipping through this, it does say that there's a test section. So yeah, I had the overhead. Darn it. That's really too bad, you guys. Damn. I really thought, it opens another live. Okay, so you're saying there's 2 lives going right now? That's not cool. Okay, it opens another live. Oh, Allison, I know, I'm sorry, but the overhead view is on my phone, so I'm not seeing texts or phone calls. So do you guys, are we together on just one live, or are you telling me there's 2 lives going? Because that's weird. The other live shut down. Okay, perfect. It was like both lives were open at once, had to close one, and then this showed up back up on my Facebook. Okay, but you're saying you don't see an overhead view this time. Like you did the first time, but you're not seeing it now. Okay. Your smart TV is smarter than you. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, you guys, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for going along with my craziness. I feel, you know what, I felt like I had to just get on here with you and try to figure it out. I'm sorry. So do you see me right now? Are you seeing me right now? You're not seeing the overhead at all? Okay. Why will I start no overhead view this time? Okay. You had to join again. Okay. All right. So we had a delay and you all had to rejoin. Oh my God. I'm telling you. Well, thank you so much for going along. You know what? I'm probably going to just keep playing with this and but not right now. You guys are here and you want a scrapbook. So, oh, thanks, Kim. I will figure this out. You know what? We clearly are so close and we obviously had it. I don't know. Obviously, so now we know that the comments are delayed. That was a big thing. So I'll work on it. I'll figure it out to figure out where we were in the beginning because I've clearly, when I closed this, I closed something and of course Alex left and he's the brains of the operation at the moment. So yeah, I don't know what else to do. I'm like, what did I don't know. I don't know what's there. The overhead is still playing. You just couldn't comment on it. Okay, yes. The overhead view has a delay. So are you seeing an overhead view right now or are you just seeing me? You want me to stop this live and go live again? I don't know. Oh my God, now my dogs are barking. Shit show around here. Scott, when are you coming home? Oh my God, I literally want to cry. This is crazy. You can't have both. No, see, that's the thing, Lindsay, is that's the whole idea about this app is that you can do both and you can go live. I could go live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. So that was the whole idea why I wanted to figure this particular app out because it allows you where I could literally, I have my switcher, which is my, I've got it set up on my iPad so that I can just tap what screen I want and it'll just switch back and forth and it'll stay in the live. So that was the whole reason why I wanted this one. Oh, you have 2 separate windows open. Okay, so that's not how it's supposed to work. So that's cool that you can see the overhead, but that isn't how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to be one live and that I can just tap and you guys will see me and we can be chit-chatting, and then I can click the overhead view and be like, okay, now we're going to look, and then you don't see me, you just see the overhead. That's how it's supposed to work. It's called Switcher Studio, Christine. Switcher Studio. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why you're seeing two, is because you've got two apps open or two windows open, and it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be seamless, where I just tap, and then, so if I tap right now, I bet you those of you that were seeing the overhead view, I bet you just see me now, right? Because I just tapped it back to the face view. You guys are great test subjects. I'm so lucky. I love you guys so much. You're so patient. I promise once I get this figured out, we are going to be off to the races. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, so I switched back to me, but I'll go back to the overhead view for those of you that are looking at it on two screens. It's so dumb. I'm sorry. That's just not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to see, I can go back and forth in a live. So I've clearly I'm not having a connection somewhere. So we're almost there. We're almost there. We'll get there for Wednesday, but I'm going to keep working on it. But you guys came here to scrapbook. So I've wasted 16 minutes of your time this morning already. So thank you for your patience. Let's just start scrapbooking. Okay. And several of you are probably going to get a phone call this week to do a test. And if anyone figures it out before I do, please phone me. Tell me, message me, we will work together on it. Okay, so back to this. So this is the layout that we're going to do today. So I really wanted to do this really fun, like, patchwork background. You can do it a bunch of different ways. You can do it right on your cardstock. I've seen it done lots of ways. I've done it a few different ways in the past, but I wanted to do this as a piece. So we're actually going to create this separately, and then we're going to put it down on our layout. Okay, so what you're going to need first is the overhead view is what you're going to need. But you just need a piece of scrap cardstock, whatever you're going to use. I'm going to use black, and then this is where we had all these little squares. So the squares that I want you to cut, remember I said you needed to have a minimum of 3 by 3. So you want to cut these to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Having said that, if you want larger squares and less of them, you definitely can do that. So you would make your squares bigger. And if you want to do smaller, triangles, because we're going to cut them into triangles, but if you wanted smaller pieces, you could go smaller than the 2 3/4. I chose 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 squares, and then I've cut them in half to make my triangles. Sorry, I was just reading your comment, Jamie. Yeah, I'm not sure where the disconnect is, but I will figure it out, or together, or 15 of us are going to get together and figure it out. Yeah, it is 2 separate lives. Yeah. So honestly, and I don't know how to turn the other live off. I honestly, I guess if I just close it, I guess. Well, that's dumb. Like, I don't want 2 crappy videos. Well, this one's already a crappy video. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, no one's going to want to come back and watch this one. Maybe I'll just redo this and put it as a YouTube video or something. Anyway, so this is, you can decide what size squares that you want. I did 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So the goal is to have 28 triangles. Okay, so you need to have, like I said, 12 to 14 different patterns, or you can only do a couple patterns. It's totally up to you. It's just going to depend. I did 13 different patterns on this one. And I just alternated them all through. So it's really up to you how patchworky you want it to be. So that's totally up to you what you want to do. Okay, so that's just how many I had cut. So get cutting on your squares. I'm going to start cutting mine in half. So I did 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and then I'm just going to lean over, and then I just cut them in half on the diagonal. So when I put it in my little trimmer, I went like this, just like that. Okay, so just on your cut line, so point and just cut. So you're going to make sure that you've got, like I said, I used 28, but it's really up to you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just start cutting these. So ladies, 28 is kind of the number that we're looking for, but give or take, it depends on the size. If you're going to do larger, then you're not going to need nearly as many, right? So that is really, really just up to you. So I'm just going to start cutting these up right now. And and we're going to get all our triangles together. And then I'm going to just show you, you're going to need a 12 by 12 cardstock that you're not going to see. Remember I said you're not going to see this one. So when you start laying everything down and we go to create this piece and move it onto the base of our project, you aren't going to see the cardstock that we're building on. So if you want to use, if you've got some crummy color that you know you're not going to use anymore, go ahead and use that. I'm just using black just because it was here. And I also love all my colors. So I have definitely worked through old cardstock, and I've got lots of fabulous cardstock. So I'm just going to use plain black one. But I'm cutting all these guys. See, so I've got all my triangles. Okay, so they're nice big long triangles. So you're getting yourself your nice big pile of that. Yeah, 14 to get 28, right? So for sure, I just was saying if you want to use 12 different patterns, you're just going to have to double up a couple patterns. I doubled up a couple, so that's totally up to you. But 12 to 14 different patterns, or like I said, you could use just 5 patterns, but you want 28 triangles. Okay, so it depends on how you want your patchwork, how patchworky you want your patchwork to be. Hi, Penny. Oh, Christine, yeah, so you need 28 triangles, so 14 squares of whatever patterns you want. It's totally up to you. Like I said, I did 12 or 13, I think, different patterns on the first one, and I don't even know how many patterns I had in this. I'm using our Halloween kit, which I believe there is one left in the store. So, oh my God, look at how, you can tell how nervous I get with how red I get and hot. I get so nervous. Oh my gosh. One day maybe I won't be as nervous. You know what? When I figure all this stuff out, that's when it's going to be. You just wait. Once I get this figured out, holy smokes, I'm going to be switching back and forth constantly on this screen so that you guys can see. Once I figure it out, it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to change our lives. We're going to be able to see all kinds of fun things. Hi, oh hi. Yes, so I'm going to go ahead. I sanded all of my triangles, of course I did, but I'm going to just gently, I think, do a little bit of color off the edge. I'm not going to get super crazy, but I do love the separation of the white with the pattern paper. So that's totally up to you. You can if you want. You don't have to. How many of you joined me on Wednesday when we did something a little bit different? We did wine tags. So that was really fun. And I featured our new printables. I brought those here. Remember last week when my printer didn't work? You honestly, you guys are so amazing for staying with me, because honestly, like, there are days when I'm like, I cannot get my shit together, I swear. These are the printables. So this is what they're supposed to look like, not the crazy color that came out last week when I didn't have any color ink. So this is how awesome they are. I just love them. I'll put them under here for those of you that are looking that way. But they're so fun. They're beautiful colors. They go with the Cozy Days kit, which I do, like I said, we restocked that. So I do have some of those left in stock. So if you are looking for a nice fall kit, this is a great one. Oh, thanks, Tam. Well, you drank wine on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, that would have been fun. But that's what we used. So that live is up on my Facebook page. So you can definitely watch back. And I just shared with you the way that I like to give wine. So rather than always just tossing it into like a wine bag, we just made, we scrapbooked some wine covers. Wine bottle covers. So, and they turned out super cute, especially with the fall printables. So those are on the website right now under downloads. So you can go and grab those. And then this Wednesday, I think I might be switching, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. I think I'm going to switch to Christmas cards. But this Wednesday, I'm going to feature another new printable that we've got coming out that is a bunch of sentiments. So we did our Christmas sentiments for Christmas in July. And then this one is going to be like all occasion. So there's all different little pieces that you can cut out and add to whatever project you're working on. How are we doing on those triangles, ladies? Getting them all cut out? So remember, we want about 28 of them. That is how many I did. But again, if you've changed your size, if you've gone a little bit bigger, then you're not going to use that many, right? Your size is going to cut down. And you're going to see how it works when we start putting them all together on this cardstock. Okay, so we're using a 12 by 12 cardstock to put them on, and then we're going to do a little bit of trimming afterwards. Okay, so we're going to trim it down in size just slightly, and then we're going to mat it and put it on our base. So once we do this today, girls, this is something that you can do a little, a lot. You could even do your whole base in this triangle pattern if you wanted, and cover your whole space. So just depends on how you want to do it, but we're going to do it in this little piece today. I am about halfway through my sanding. Whoever decided that sanding was something that was cool should not have showed me, because, oh my gosh. Because once you start, then you don't want to stop. Oh, and hey, I was going to tell you guys, whoever recommended, I think there were quite a few of you actually that recommended to watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that consumed my last week of work. I've had that on. It only took me a week. That tells you how much I work. I'm in here a lot. And so I've had The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel on for like the last week, at least week, 10 days, maybe at the most. What a good show. Oh my God. You're doing it with 4 by 4 squares. Awesome. Well, then you're going to have, yeah, you're not going to need as many for sure. I'm excited to see you guys post these with all your different sizes and layouts. But yeah, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, seriously, you guys, such a good suggestion. Oh my God, it was such a good show. And I was so sad when it was over. And I am so hopeful that they come back with it again. Like, oh my goodness. I don't feel like I've seen her in anything before, the main actress. Love the show. Yeah, honestly, Andy, like I was dying laughing. And of course, then I'd watch it all day when I was working, and then it would turn off for however many hours when, you know, dinner and Alex and all the things. And then when I go to bed, I was watching it when I was in bed, and our room shares a wall with Alex's room. And I was always I felt myself having to turn it down and like laugh quietly. Oh my, it is such a funny show. She's a really, really good comedian. But remember how we were talking too about the creators, that they were Gilmore Girls. And that makes a lot of sense to me because it's a very similar, quick-witted, fast-paced humor. So I really, really loved it. Super excited. And then I don't know if I said, I think I did, that Emma's new baby horse is called Maisie. And I had said to her before I even watched the show, I had said, Emma, I really think it would be cute. Like that's her barn name, Maisie, like just her everyday name. But then they have their show names. So their show names are obviously usually a little fancier or longer, or, you know, or they can just be one word. That's totally fine. But I said, and you usually they start with the same letter of their sire, so their dad's name. So her dad's name is Messenger. And so I said, oh, Emma, what about Marvelous Miss Maisie? Like not the Marvelous, but just Marvelous Miss Maisie. I thought would be so cute. So then now having seen the show and how sassy, no, it's on Prime Video, Allison. So Maisie is super confident, totally petite, beautiful, sassy as all get out. And she's funny. Like she's just a funny little horse. And so then I watched it and I was like, Emma, you have to name this horse Marvelous Miss Maisie, because oh my God, she's just so cute and she's so much that character. So I don't know. I don't know if she's sold. I think one of the names that she was that she was strongly considering was Maybelline. And then someone commented and said, then when she becomes like this rock star of a horse, that's the goal, right? People can say, oh, maybe she was born with it. Like, you know, maybe she's born with it, maybe, whatever, the whole slogan. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cute and all, but I still think my Marvelous Miss Maisie is the cutest. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Heather. I know. I think it's the perfect name for her, honestly. I think she would just totally suit it. And I think it's cute. Like, it's funny. People would think it was funny. So anyway, okay, look at all these. Those of you that are still watching on the other one, there's all my triangles. Okay, so I got all my triangles. Okay, so next, then you're gonna get out your 12 by 12 cardstock that you're gonna work with, and you're going to just start adhering them. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move this actually. And I am going to do this under here only because this is where I had everything set up. I don't know if I can do that actually without you seeing. So I don't know. I'm just going to try this. I'm going to wing it, you guys. Good grief. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to see whether or not I'm getting this here. Because see, the whole idea is that I would switch the views and then I would stand up and work underneath my overhead and then... But whatever, it'll happen. It'll happen, honestly, and it'll be hallelujah and drinks all around is what it's going to be. So I am going to do one strip, and then I am going to hold this up for you, okay? Because I want you to see what I did. So I kind of start in the middle. I'm gonna stick these ones down really, really fast, and then I'm gonna come back and hold them up in front of the camera. This was why I was desperate to try to have this ready for you so that you could actually see it really, really well while I was creating it. But it's okay, I'm gonna work super fast. So then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna get your triangles and you're gonna start adhering them. So I'm gonna show you where I start. It's gonna take me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna start with 3 along the bottom of my cardstock. And I'm going to try to keep my glasses on my nose because I am so upset that my glasses are literally sliding off my nose. Okay, that's where I started. Quick and easy. So you can see that there's a little bit of space at the end of each. So I started in the middle, and then I went on either side. Okay, so I just did my 3 along the bottom. Okay, so that's what you're going to start with. Then we're going to start building in the upside down parts. I definitely can't do that like that. Then we're going to start filling these in. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold this up once I stick those down. 12 by 12. 12 by 12, Gwen. Okay, 12 by 12. So you see you've just got a little bit of space at either end. So just start in the middle, put one down, just lay them out and start with your 3. Okay? So then I'm going to stick down in my negative spots, but I'm going to start in the 2 negative spots that are super easy to see. Okay, so right away it's just those 2 that are in the top. And then I'm going to show you what I do from there. Okay. So just, and again, I'm using my glue. Don't use an easy runner on something like this, you guys. It's a waste of tape. Just a liquid glue is way more economical for you, because you only need a little bit, and it'll work really well for like quick dry, right? Okay, so then this is what I did. Just filled in those 2 spots. Okay, so then I come back. I'm just going to kind of sit this here. Then I'm going to make my triangles over top of those 2. I'm just going to try to find some different. Don't want to. Can't put a polka dot beside a polka dot. That would just be silly. Then I'm going to show you my ends. Okay. So super quick. I'm going to go ahead and just adhere these 2 on top. That's it for tonight for you, Scott. Well, thanks for stopping in. And if you could hurry home and help me fix the technical side of my life, I would really love that. That would be fantastic. The ladies would love that too. So my business would love that. So hurry home, have a good sleep, and I hope you come home soon. The goal is this coming weekend, you guys. I love you, Scott. Have a good sleep. Who suggested sanding? I don't know, Tam. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Even if it was me, it wasn't me. Okay, so then this is what I did. Okay. So if you don't have them all sanded, just start sticking down, and then you can sand kind of as you go. Okay. Okay, good night, Scott. Love you. So this is where I'm at. Okay, so I started with my 3 along the bottom. So I started with my middle orange one, and then I did a stripe, and then I did this little checker, and then I went in and did a pumpkin and a polka dot, and then I went on top. Now I want to start getting these little sides here. So this is where we get into, we're going to build something that is not completely on top of this base, and then we're going to cut it. Okay, so that's kind of the whole idea. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose my, I'm going to choose my triangles that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick on. I'm going to move this up for those of you that are still watching that crazy other live that's up there. I'm going to have to go onto my page afterwards and delete that because that's silly. But anyway, so now I'm just going to go ahead. So this is only going to be on half of my page. I keep throwing my glue all over the place. This is only going to be on half my page, so you don't need glue on everything, right? So then it looks like this. Oops. This way. See? So these are off the edges. Don't worry about it. We're going to cut those off. Okay? Now I'm going to come back in and I'm going to fill in these spots. Okay? So you're just picking your patterns and filling in your spaces. Right? Picking your patterns and filling it all in. So where have I got here? I know I had some eyes I wanted to use. Halloween's sure looking like it's going to be different this year. Hey, girls. I think, I don't know. I still hope that we get some kids. Like, I don't know. I'm happy to even just put the candy like out in a dish or something. I don't know. Or maybe just, yeah, sit out on the porch. We don't usually get a lot of people in our area anyway, but just we don't live in town. We're not far from town, but we don't live in town. And there's not a ton of kids in our neighborhood. And actually, one family is moving this coming week. So, but their mom still lives in this area. So I don't know, maybe they'll come back and trick or treat here. But yeah, like I'm talking like 20, like maybe we've had 20 over the last few years. So not very many. Okay, so then here, that's where I'm at there. A toss and catch. Yeah, totally. I know, but I'd be happy just sitting out on the porch and having the little dish and then they can come and get it if they want. But so that's where I'm at. Now I'm going to fill in these 2 spots. Okay. Just going to choose what I want here. Serious stuff, you guys. You can't have too many of the same patterns close together, right? Okay. So what I ended up doing, you'll see on this one, I have 4. So my width is 4. So you can see I've got like kind of 1 strip, 2 strip, 3 strip, 4 strip right here. So that's kind of where we're going is our strips are 4. We're going to make the width of 4. So we're kind of making, when you look at how many you're putting down, we're kind of going up 4 rows. Is kind of what we're doing to get this width. But then, of course, remember what I said, you can do this on your whole layout. You can definitely do your whole layout like this. So you just keep going. So we're off the sides, right? We're off the sides here, and that's okay because we're going to cut that. You're lost. Okay, Elaine, where are you lost? Let me help you. Where have you started? Like, have you started putting them down? Because I can start from the beginning and just show you real quick here. Just start here, one in the middle, this orange one that I'm pointing at right now. So go those 3 along the bottom and then upside down, fill in. And then start on top of your upside downs. And then go and fill in. So we're starting at the bottom here. And then we're just going to fill in the negative space and then flip and go upside down or go right side up again and then upside down again. And now I'm going to start again with these 3 going right side up. Okay. Kim, you're keeping your kids at home. You're not sure how many people are going to have lights on. I know it's so hard, right? You don't know who's going to do it. I'm going to still actually, I started decorating yesterday. I'm going to post a couple pictures. I did a little bit of decorating in the house. And then outside, I think I'm going to do probably this week. just because I love it too. And I know that people that drive by, they think it's really fun because I do a big graveyard in the front yard and stuff. So I'm still going to do it, and I'm going to turn my lights on, and I'm only buying things that will get eaten by my family. So, or my boy, because I guess it'll only be Alex at home at that time. You got it. You were opposite. That's okay. It's okay. It's totally going to be fine when you go to cut it anyway. Good. Yes, you laid your triangles out beforehand. Good. And then you just start sticking them down. And that's totally true. You can do that just like we do when we're doing like our square grid. Oh, that'll be fun, Kim. A candy scavenger hunt. Totally. I think that's a great idea. They'll love that. That'll be fun. They won't even, honestly. I mean, and depending on where you are, gosh, if you're in Alberta, you definitely are. The kids aren't going to miss being bundled up in their snowsuits and then their costumes over top. So that's not going to be a big deal. Okay, I'm laying these guys out here. I'm getting my patterns figured out where I want those, and then I'm just sticking those on. So again, just filling in your spots, keep going, okay? I'm just gonna keep going. Gosh, I don't even know if I want to keep this live on my Facebook page. It's so ridiculous. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna redo this and have it, I'll put it up on Facebook or on YouTube instead. I have videos to load, I haven't gotten there yet, so my YouTube page will hopefully soon. Honestly, like as soon as I keep saying this, but as soon as my husband comes home and I get a bit of a reprieve from my everyday today things that I have to do, just a little bit of help. And I know, I mean, gosh, I know like lots of people don't have help ever. I know that. I just have to be honest, I'm really looking forward to just a little bit of help, just a little bit of a break. In deck news, I don't know if any of you guys have seen, but I posted yesterday, my deck is done. Yes, there it is, Christine. The building of the deck is done. So the construction is done. The new mudroom construction is done. It is not finished on the inside. That's getting finished over the next few weeks. The tiler is coming this week. He's hopefully going to get the floor tiled. And then my door guy is also a finishing carpenter. So I'm having him finish the framing, the door framing and the window framing on the inside of the mudroom. And then the painter has just got one more coat to do on the exterior siding. So that's really exciting, but the building, the construction of the deck is done. So now it is railings, which I've been working with the railing company for a little while. So Scott and I are just still trying to make a decision on exactly where we're putting glass and then where we're not putting glass. And then they come and measure. I don't know if any of you have lots of you have probably put decks on before, but, railings on before, but they measure, and then it's 4 to 6 weeks until they're built. If you're doing the glass, because we're doing topless glass in some spots, just because we do have a really beautiful view. So there's some spots that we don't want to lose that view. So we're going to do topless glass. And then there's other spots that we don't need it. So we're just going to do the rails. So that is fine. Since we don't have little children, I'm not super concerned about the railings being a little bit delayed. And then furniture, which I'm going to wait for the spring. I was going to do that now, but then I just have to like deal with it through the rain. So I'm not even going to bother. We're going to buy that in the spring. I know exactly what I want, but we'll do that. And then landscaping. And the landscaping, we were actually going to start the landscaping now, except that now was supposed to be a month ago, but because the delay with the building, now we've kind of missed the boat on getting grass and everything kind of in the ground before frost starts. So that will be the spring as well. So unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a muddy winter with dogs because our whole backyard is just mud now. We don't have a lot of grass back there, but that's the plan. So it's so exciting. And not to say that the builders were not lovely 90% of the time, or maybe 85% of the time they were lovely to have around. But not having people in my space every single morning, because it's been 3 months of Monday through Friday, every single morning at 7:15 a.m. It was so nice to wake up and not have them here on Friday morning because they finished on Thursday. So anyway, if you care to see, I just put one picture kind of the back of the house because it's and then I'll take pictures of the hot tub and all that kind of stuff and whatever when we get it going. But is that good, Christine? I'm gonna put that down now. So yeah, super exciting to have that done. But yeah, I think it's just on my personal page. But maybe I'll post a page. You guys have kind of been along for the ride since the very beginning, so I'll post a picture on the stories, maybe on my Insta stories today, and let you guys kind of see that. So how are we doing? We're on our fourth one now, almost. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick these ones down. Oh, definitely didn't need all that extra glue on there. And then I'll show you how I'm cutting them. Okay, totally in the middle of all of this, completely lost like my ruler and all the things. So I might have to actually stand up for 2 seconds. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe. Hang on. Okay. So I just wanted to confirm my measurement because I was pretty sure it was 7 by 11.5. It is. So this is where I am now. Okay. So the width that you want is 7 by 11.5. So if you are further along, 7 by 11.5 is the width of this. So 7 by 11.5. Okay. So my rows, I'm going to add one more row to this. So this is where I'm at. Okay. And I'm going to add one more row along the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it to 7 by 11.5. Okay. So if you guys are ahead and you're all stuck down, go ahead and you can cut that to 7 by 11.5. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just add my one more quick row here, and then we will get cutting. So how's school going? Everybody's school's going good. I know some of you were talking about there had been some COVID in your classrooms, keeping kids home, that kind of thing. We haven't had any. You're keeping up today, Lindsay. Yay, you. It's probably because I'm stopping and talking so much. I gave you so much time to work. I didn't just keep going. Yeah, our school's been good so far. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. My poor boy has been home. Has anybody had tough goes with braces for their kids when they get like really big adjustments to their braces? My poor boy had, listen to my squeaky chair. My poor boy had a huge adjustment the other day. They pulled out all his wires, put in these massive wires, and then put elastics, like a braided elastic along the top, and it was super tight. And he was in so much pain, you guys. Like he's pretty tough. I mean, mouth pain's crazy. I've struggled with mouth pain for a long time, and so I get it. So when my kids complain of their mouths being sore, I never dispute it because I get it. But his mouth was so sore, he literally was in bed for almost 3 days with ice packs. I was like rotating ice packs on this poor kid's face. It was awful. It was such a hard adjustment for him. So, and I don't know, I was actually going to ask the orthodontist this week if that's normal or not, because gosh, he was 3 days of school. So anyway, this is where I'm at. That's what I got. Okay. So then you're going to cut it to 7 by 11.5. I'm just going to grab my trimmer. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my edges off so that I'm just working with this piece here. So I'm just going to go ahead, flip it upside down, and I'm just going to cut these edges off first. Okay? So just like that. So then cut your edges off. And then you're left with this. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut right down to, and you're going to have little corners kind of missing, and that's no big deal because again, depending on the size you're using, so you can see like there's little corners that we haven't covered, and then there's like these little dips, but then those go away when you do your other trimming, right? So I want to make sure I've got my 7 by 11.5. So for me, what I wanted to do was I came in and I took the same amount off of each end to get to my 7. Okay, so take a little bit of off of each of the width. That's how I ended up with that. And then I want 11.5, so I know it's by 12, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch off of each end, and that's going to get rid of those little ends that we missed. And then that's what you've got. Okay, super easy, right? Fun, bright, so fun. So this is where you can see, of course, depending on the size that you're using and how many patterns you're using, how patchworky it's going to be, right? So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to mat mine. I hadn't decided what color I was going to mat it on, actually. Oh, I just decided right there as soon as I did that. I really, really love that gray. Let's do that. Okay, so then I just want 1/4 of an inch larger than the size. So I want a 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do because I want to make sure, because I'm going to raise mine, I want it separated from my base a little bit. Okay, so you can see here I've got the white around the edge, right? So 7 1/4 by 11 3/4 is all we're doing here. Okay, 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this and give this beautiful border. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to use my tape on this. You could use glue though, right? There's no photos going on this, so you could use glue if you wanted. I'm going to go ahead. Love this gray. Remember what I said about this collection was, for me, the kicker was the beautiful gray that they added. I really loved the gray in this collection. I thought it was a really fun choice for Halloween. So look, there, just like that. So now I have that nice border, okay? So now we've made this beautiful patchwork. So now you want to go ahead and start building onto your base. And I think I'm going to go black. Quite. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe white. I don't know. What do you think? On the white? I couldn't quite decide, so I brought them both, or black. Halloween, I think I'm doing black and white photos for this. Can I restart when you're ready? Yes, still flying. Go ahead. Just keep going. I'm not going anywhere. We're going long today. Well, we wasted 15 minutes talking about all my stuff. So black or white? I don't know. Oh, maybe black. Oh, or I have this gray too. This lighter gray. I don't like that. Okay, let's go black. So 12 by 12 base. So now here again, this is where you have another choice, is where you want to put this. So you've built it, you can put it anywhere you want. You like the black? I like the black too, Mom. So I put mine off to the left edge. You can see I've got an 1/8 of an inch border, and I did it vertically. But you could do whatever you wanted with this, right? You could do it horizontal, you could do the top, the bottom. You can put it anywhere you want it. Because you've built it separate. And that's what I loved about this, was because we built it on something else, we had a lot of choice as to where we were going to put it. So for this one, obviously I did it vertical on the left edge there, 1/8 of an inch in. This one though, I think I'm going to put it towards the top. So I'm just going to switch this one around, and I'm going to put this in the top because I know some of you are watching up here. Sorry, but I'm going to have to move this. I'm going to do this like this. Okay, so there. That's how I'm going to do this one. I love that. I love that patchwork. So fun. You guys are getting them all stuck down. Okay, so you're cutting your 7 by 11 out of your patchwork piece that you built. Then you're going to mat it on 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. And then you're going to put it wherever you want it on your base. Okay? I'm going to leave that sitting there for a second. So then what you're going to do is you're going to build the piece that you're going to put your photos on. So you can see this green piece, and I border punched along the bottom there. So then depending on the size of your photos, so I used a 4x4 for the middle and 2 3x4s on the outside. So then I made this matted piece underneath, and it was this, it's this really pretty green tone-on-tone kind of polka dot. So you can do that one as well if you like. And I'll just give you the measurement. So again, I did border punch mine. So I started with a 5 by 11 1/4 was what I started with. And then I border punched the bottom. So my final size is 4 3/4. It took 1/4 of an inch off. So that's really up to you what you want to do. So 5 by 11 1/4 is that green piece. If you want to use it, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. Okay, and then I matted my photos on top as well. So I did 1/4 of an inch larger than the size of the photo. Okay, and I raised the photos and I did them flat on that green piece, and then the green piece is flat. Before I put all that down though, I put this border sticker here. You can see it runs from the top to the bottom there. Okay, and I also put a piece of washi tape. So this washi tape as well was pretty translucent. The white on it was pretty translucent, transparent, both, clear, see-through, how about see-through? So I put it on the cardstock first. I put it on a piece of cardstock, and then I adhered the cardstock to my base, just because I didn't want anything showing through. Okay, so those are the two pieces that I'm going to go ahead and put on next. Okie dokie. So who has noticed that with these stickers, the Simple Story stickers, these border strips, they're not 12 inches. So I'm going to do a little tricky trick, and I'm just going to cut it because I want it to be as long as my, I want it to be as long as the piece that we've created. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to trim it into 2 pieces. I'm not going to get them stuck on anything else while I'm doing it. So I'm just going to cut into pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and just stick them on. And I'll cover up that space with photos. Oh, look at this. Huh? This one was longer. That's really funny. Oh my gosh, I totally didn't even have to cut this, but this one I did, which is really interesting. I guess this one was longer, but they're not a full 12 inches, which I kind of find annoying, but anyway, whatever. It's not my company. Okay, and then I wanted to use this. So this washi tape, this came in the kit as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this down the side. Because this doesn't have any white on it, I just have to find the end. Quilting cardstock back again. Oh, the base that I matted it on, Gwen, this gray, this is 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. Okay, this gray piece that you're going to put this quilting piece down on. So because this doesn't have white in it, I'm not going to mat it onto another cardstock, and it's also going on black, so it's going to be fine. But I'm going to run this along the outside edge as well. I'm going to stick that down. Just pick that guy up. And I'm just going to run that behind the layout. There. That's what I got. Okay, just like that. And then that gives me a great spot to go ahead and put in my paper that I'm going to put my photos on. Which, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go in this light gray or not. Let's see what else I've got in this pack. And maybe I'll do white and then I'll mat on my gray. Let's do that. Okay, so then that piece again, that was the 5 by 11 1/4, which I'm going to go ahead and cut now. Optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Oh, you're welcome, Gwen. And then I don't know what, I didn't pick out a border punch for this, which I should have, because I think I've got a star border punch. I'm going to just sip and grab it real quick here, because I think that would look super cute if I can find it really quick, which probably not, because why would anything be quick? Oh, no, not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. So this old Martha Stewart star punch. I think I'm going to do the bottom and the stars. We'll see how much that takes off. It might. Oh, no, it's perfect, I think. So then if you want a border punch, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Whatever is working for you. If you could just let me pull that out, that would be awesome. I think all these punches need to be cleaned or greased with my wax paper and tin foil. I'm going to see if I even have any tin foil. I don't use a lot of that anymore. Though, if Scott does come home, he'll want to be barbecuing, and we'll definitely use tin foil with our barbecue. There. That's cute, hey? Stars. Okay, I'm going to cut my photo mats. I don't have my photos printed for this one. I'll do it later today. I was trying to decide what ones I wanted to use, but then also I got so wrapped up in being excited about getting my camera views all ready for you guys that I lost track of time, and then I could barely see straight after we were done with all of that. So I'll add my photos and I'll post this one on Tuesday. So I'm just going to cut my 3 mats. So I've got a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 and a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 times 2. So those are the mats I'm going to use. So I'm going to hold this one up again just in case you guys are ready. So you'll see I went and I put this photo kind of over the edge of the tape there. And then down, if you're wanting to know how far down I went, I would love to tell you if I could find my ruler. There we go. 3 inches down from the top, so about 3 inches. Yes, your squares are 4 by 4. Okay, so that's where that is. And then I'll hold this one up too. So where we're at, Christine, is I've just cut my photo mats and this piece to go on here. There, can you see those? So that's where I'm at. Good. So the big piece that's underneath the photos, cut that to 5 by 11 1/4. And then I border punched the bottom, so it's a little bit more narrow than 5. I totally think I'm going to sneeze. Hang on a second. Oh, no, I didn't. And then it's down about 3 inches from the top, but I've put it over to the right edge. And then the photos are matted, 1/4 inch larger than the size of the photo. And then I raised them. Okay. Good. I'm going to put that one right there for a sec. Leave that one there for you guys to see if you're watching that overhead. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and just adhere down. Okay. So the other thing too is that when you're adhering this down, this big piece, if you wanted to, you could make it work with your triangles. Like if you were wanting it to be like centered in a certain spot or whichever, you could work with the patterns that you have. However you want to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put mine right out to this edge because I really love this. So there, that's how I did that one. So it's a little different than this one. And my spacing's a little different. Oops, there. Okay. I know that that's like, oh my God, that's so white. It is super bright, but it won't be when I put my black and white photos on there and get my title and journaling in there. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to adhere these mats because I know that's where I want them. So I'm going to adhere them with 3D foam. Adele, you finally got your Epson Picture Mate. Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. So the app I use is called Creative Print. Creative Print? I think that's what I call it. Anyway, I will, yes. And I know you guys have been asking for a blog post on that. And I will. It's coming. I promise. And then you guys can go back and look. But yeah, I think it's called Epson Creative Print. That's the one that I like. And I know so many of you have bought that printer. I'm so glad for you because I just really love it. It's changed my life at home. I just love that I can be at home and do this. And then too, like depending on what you're like, oh, you know, I was going to use those photos, and then you printed them, and then you're like, oh, I'd really like to use those photos. The nice thing is that when you're at home, of course, you can just make all those changes, right? And play around with it. Like there's lots of little sizes that I use that it doesn't necessarily have in the collage app that I use. But then just play around with your positioning of your photos, and you can get them out of those sizes and then just trim them, right? So like if you want a 3x3, like a 3x3 doesn't fit well on a 4x6 page collage. So you can do it in a 4x4, but just pinch it down. So you can play around with the sizing a ton and just get comfortable with it. It just is up to you what you end up doing with your sizes. So, well, have fun, Adele. You're going to have a good time figuring it all out. And I'm just going to get these mats on here, and then I'm going to hold this up again one more time for you guys. Feel like when I'm trying to put something down super straight, it's a little like the whole like chewing gum and walking at the same time. You know, did your parents ever say that to you? Like, oh, I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I feel a little bit like that when I'm trying to get something straight, and I definitely did not get that straight. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. Okay, there. That's where I'm at. Looks like they're all together. They're not. Once I get those photos on there. Okay, so that's where we're at. Hold this one up again for you. And then this gave me a really great spot at the top here for my title. And then I put a few little die cuts in here. And then I did a little die cut on the bottom here and the year. And then I did my journaling right on my base. So that obviously doesn't work if you're using like a super dark cardstock base. But if you're using a light one, you can write right on there. Otherwise, just do it on a journal card, right? Photo size recap. Oh, you've had yours for years. Oh, I know. Me too, Christine. Mine is definitely the old model. It's amazing. Out of all the photo printers I've tried, that's my favorite. Middle is 4x4. Outsides are 3x4. The paper under the photo mats started with a 5x11 1/4. But it reduced to about 4 3/4 once I did the border punch. So that's totally up to you whether you do border punch or not, or if you do, what size of border punch you're using. That's going to depend on how much you've got showing at the bottom here. But I started with a 5x11 1/4. I hope that helps. Okay, and then all your photos, I raised them up. So that is that. So then I will finish the Halloween one, and I will share that on Tuesday. I'm going to keep holding that up there. I'm going to try to just do 2 things at once. I'm trying to stop one recording. It's called, Diane, it's called the Epson Picture Mate 400. Epson PM 400. That's what it is called. Okay, I think maybe I closed that. I think I did. And then this is this one. There. So fun, a little bit time consuming, right? Until you figure it out. Once you get them all cut out and you start laying them all down, fun to make it on a separate piece and then be able to have the freedom to put it wherever you want, right? You can do whatever you want with that. But that is it. That's what I've got for you this week. So again, if you want to watch back last Wednesdays to see how I make those little wine gifts, and to see how I used the new printables, that is on the Facebook page for those two. These two you can get download right from the website. There's a few kits left, so you can grab some of those. And then Wednesday night, we're going to do, like I said, I'm going to do some all occasion cards with, I'm pretty sure our new printable will be ready by then. And then, yeah, next Sunday. So I know it's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm still going to be here. Oh, good. Thanks, Trina. Yeah, I like it with the Halloween too. Yes, so fun for scraps, Christine. I totally agree. So yeah, I'm still going to be here next Sunday. I know it's Thanksgiving weekend. I think everyone's Thanksgivings are going to look a little bit different. I don't know that there's going to be lots of big gatherings. I hope there isn't, because I hope everybody is still remembering that we're all still trying to, stay safe and all the things. So I'm still going to be here. So I would love to see you on Sunday. Of course, I would love to see you on Wednesday night as well. And, it looks like we are really close to getting this 2-camera thing figured out. So hopefully on Wednesday. And some of you might be getting a little message from me to do a little bit of a practice run. So thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Jennifer. Yeah, thank you so much for your patience. You guys are just the best. Honestly, I love you so much, and I love spending this time with you. So thanks for your patience, and I hope you had fun with this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all really soon. Okay, have a great rest of your day. Bye.